What to do, streamers, now that I can actually see my stream. Sorry for the hiccups, it happens, we're all the way live. Welcome to this session of Random Doodles and How-Tos. Again, if you were dealing with me earlier, I apologize. The internets are being a little weird, a little odd, a little whack. But now that we're back, see what I did there? For today's episode of Random Doodles and How-Tos, I know in the previous broadcast, I've gone all the way live using my iPad and Procreate, but I figured today, I'd go traditional and do a little something on paper using like traditional utensils, like a pencil, like this. Oh my god, pencil! You guys are looking at the post-it sketch I did this morning. The Wasp from the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp Marvel film that hits theaters tonight, but I'm not paid to say that. I'm just saying it because I would want to go watch it, but I probably won't, not right now. Anywho, I usually like to start off the day with a warm-up sketch, whether I'm drawing the circles or the basic shapes. In this case, I warmed up with a post-it note, and I love doing post-it note sketches. I was inspired by the man himself, Todd Knock, who would do them all the time, being that it's Thursday. So here's a little throwback to that time that I went and watched the Power Rangers movie. So I sketched out all the Rangers on post-it notes. So yep. And then these are from the other day. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen these two guys pop up. These two post-its, they're available for sale, $10 a piece. That includes shipping. Just let me know. Anywho, don't mind the bouncing. I just hit the rig. Whoops! Stop shaking. I know I'm in California, but we ain't having an earthquake. So on the agenda today, what I'm planning on doing is a little how-to, but I'm going to do it with Ant-Man. I don't know if I'll just do Paul Rudd himself or full-on helmet. The helmet's pretty intense, so that could take me more than my usually 30-minute window that I do my broadcasts on. So I might just do Paul Rudd himself in the suit, which you always got to look up what Paul Rudd looks like, because I loved him in Friends, Clueless. As the Ant-Man, he's doing a great job. So, yeah, so welcome. If you can hear the music in the background, that is Spotify. NCS, it's their gaming playlist. I'll post the link in the description once we're all wrapped up with this, because I don't want Twitch to be like, well, you didn't give them credit. It's not your music. This music's all 100% free, according to their YouTube channel and their profile. So, yeah, man. So, I don't know if I should do it on a post-it or my Sketch Wallet sketchbook, because this is my Marvel sketchbook that I started. So I got Spidey, I got a little Thor. If I could open it, I'm having issues. Little Iron Fist, and then Luke Cage himself. So I might do this in here as well. It's a toss-up. The chats are open, so if you want to hit me up, please feel free to hit up the chat. Be like, yo, dude, chop it up with me. Let's make it all the way live. Let's make it interactive. Let's have a good time as we do this little session. So we'll move this one to the side, because I'm going to later hit this with Copic markers. Later. Not right now. So as we sit here and we do what we do, and you see what I see, like I said, the chat window's open, so feel free to hit me up. Usually, I'll rock a sketch out with mechanical pencil. It's 0.5 HB lead, so it's a softer lead. So that way, when I erase after I ink, it's a lot cleaner of an eraser. Then it's not just beating up the paper or the post-it. And I just lost my pencil. Anyways, so this is one of my tools. This is one of my little go-tos. The other one, if you guys have seen my previous broadcast where I do it in Procreate, and I'm going digital, I use a blue pencil, just like this. I use blue lead on the tablet, just like this. This is a Kool Erase blue pencil. Love these. I started using this back when I was in art school, because for some reason, all my animation instructors are like, oh, this is the key pencil to work with. So, all right, I'm not going to argue with my instructor or my teacher. Who does that? So make some adjustments. So hopefully you don't get too much shadow as I draw. I got all these different angles. So, like I said, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. And you guys will notice as I draw, everything pretty much stays the same from my last episodes. It's all about, we get our our base shape. Head's gonna be at an angle. Jawline, cheekbones, which I can go this way too, so you guys can see that. I like doing this because it helps me figure out the idea of the chin. Drop this down like here, go this way, angle it, give him a sharp jaw. Actually might make it a little bit taller because his head's looking a little swunk. So something like this. His ear. Now, if I was working with like Thor or something like that, then I'd probably give him a much wider neck. But in this scenario, it's not necessary because he's not one of those uberly buff characters. He's just your average typical guy in a suit that can do cool things. Right? Cool things. He can shrink and make himself big now. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of people were waiting for in the first movie. So like I've said in the past episodes, the more like little details I add, sometimes the older it can make the individual look, it can also help chisel out features for the character. So maybe they have like these super pronounced cheekbones, or maybe instead of going this little angle right here, I'll get my kneaded eraser, love this thing, warm it up, thin it out, and I'll stick it back on my table. And I'll go this route, like this. I forget I have multiple windows open on my laptop so I can hear myself talk, and that gets just a little weird, just a little bit. So if you're just joining me, thank you. I appreciate you being here with me on a Thursday after Independence Day. Hopefully you guys all had a good 4th. So yeah, welcome, bienvenidos. So like I said, doing a little Ant-Man sketch on a Post-it just to show the traditional way, which is very similar. You know, I keep the same ideas both digitally and traditionally. They all kind of pan out the same. Only thing tilted is his head, so his body stays the same. But it's still like I've said in the past, it's still generic shapes. Here's a cylinder for the head. Our oddly shaped triangle for the shoulders. If I go this way, you can see there's dimension there. They're not just, it's not just a triangle. So that can add to the texture of the suit. Got the hair. His hair goes kind of like this. And then some eyebrows. Like so. I was watching an interview with Paul Rudd. He's got a really interesting nose. And this is just, you know, if I make a sphere here, the shadow will drop this way. He's got a little smirk because he's Paul Rudd. Remember, these guys typically lined up with the side of the mouth. I'll come back in with another pencil or erase some of it and clean up my lines a little bit more. The weirdnesses of the suit. And even when I'm drawing the suit and the details, I still break it down to like those generic shapes, so I can kind of get placement of everything. Because even though I'm kind of comic booking him, cartooning him a little bit, those, even though we can push our extremes, we still have to understand what's there. My Fitbit just went off. I think it's telling me I'm being lazy. Anybody else rock a Fitbit? Do you guys have a good fourth? Let me know. Hit up the chat. Let me know. If there's anything crazy, fun, not crazy, just fun, chill with family, ate a lot, barbecued. I'll get this eraser right here because it's smaller. I'll start pulling back a little bit. Back there. And then he's got sideburns. Kind of exaggerated the sideburn because I can. That jawline. This chest is kind of this way more. So I'll just start adjusting my lines. And erasing a little bit more. Excuse me, frog in my throat. So, go a little like this. And the rest of the details you can't really see because of his suit, how it's designed. All the different piping that goes into it. And it's got like this neck thing. Actually, the neck thing goes like way the heck up here. So if I draw it through it, pop it up out here. There's another one here. Another one here. And of course they're on this side. Rotate my paper. Just try to kind of get them lined up a little bit. Because the imaginary lines are here, but they're not at the same time. Like so. So we kind of have like the Paul Rudd Ant-Man. A little 5 o'clock shadow. That's what I love about this eraser is I can just tap like this and pull up the lead. And then I can come back with another pencil and ink it out better or clean up my lines. Rotate my paper. Like so. Pick it up and I'll look at it and be like, hey, how you doing? Make sure everything's kind of proportionate. And not to lie, you know, I sometimes go back and watch these streams to see the drawing again. Like I'll record myself drawing sometimes just to see if I'm drawing everything where it's supposed to be, if it's on point. I'll even take pictures before I post them, like to social media, to make sure everything lines up and doesn't look odd. So again, if you're all the way live with me, hit up the chat. I can actually see it on my screens. Yes, I said screens. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Try to answer them. Give you guys some insight if you're looking for some insight. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Some hair. Some piece of the suit. Just metallic. And the rest is like black. I'm assuming it's coming from the back. If I'm moving the rig too much, you know, let me know in the chat. Like, yo, too much of an earthquake. Wish I could zoom in and make my adjustments and stuff like that. Sometimes. And sometimes I'll deviate from like my blue pencil to kind of mix it up a little bit. Blue pencil is just a blueprint that I can build off of and kind of remix of and go from there. Just like so. And I believe this is all black on this suit, so. Just like that. And I'll come back this way. It's difficult, but sometimes I try to go with the shapes of the design or like the underlining shapes to help build the lines of it so it makes it seem more believable. So it's like, yeah, I guess that would be kind of round and it all fit in that way. Now when I come to ink this, that's going to be a pain in the butt. And now I just scribbled there and oh well. Human nature, mistakes will happen. They're bound to happen. Practice makes better. So what else am I missing that I can add to this to make it more Ant-Man-ish? But it's not that it's difficult. Just gonna connect this line. Section of his suit's kind of like a gray. And it's got like little red accents. So even with my little cross hatching lines there, or my little pattern, it's still there. You can see them. If I go over them again, they get darker. I can come back and go the other way. But I believe I lost the pencil that I was going to use next. I don't know where it bounced, man. It bounced away from me. Now I cannot use it. I do not have a backup. I had a red coal erase pencil I was going to use for accents. But due to the lighting coming off my table and the darkness of my room, my eyesight's kind of messed up right now. Oh, I see it. I see it, boy. Here we go.
I found it. Yep.
Because ideally, you know, Ant-Man's suit is a little red. Just a little. And this over here. And I'm just using the side of the lead. Just build it up a little bit. Because I'll probably come back and ink this and then use Copics on it. But I didn't want to do that yet. So hopefully this gives us more of that Ant-Man look. It's not just some dude in like a mech suit. But like I said, you know, if you got any questions, just hit up the comments. I'll take a look, I'll take a gander, and then be like, oh yeah, this is how I did it. If you have suggestions for the next live stream, which will probably be Tuesday. Next week I'll probably just go Tuesday and not Thursday. I have stuff coming up, that family stuff we gotta take care of. But again, you know, hit up the comments, let me know, hit up the chat, and I'll take into consideration if you have like something specific you want to see drawn, or you want to see me try to draw. 'Cause just so you guys know, I've never drawn all these characters. There are a lot, literally a lot of characters. I think this is the biggest. So something to beef it up a little bit, but there you kind of have it right there. Well, Paul Rudd Ant-Man for today's session. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to talk about, chop it up with me. Here's today's session. So hopefully it's still going live for you guys. My phone hasn't said it's disconnected or anything like that, but that's Paul Rudd. All the way live on a post-it note, or my rendition of Paul Rudd on a post-it note as we tackle the Ant-Man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this session. I don't even know how long it's been. But hopefully you enjoyed the session and you come back for more and you tell friends about more and you share with friends and tell them, yo, you should watch this dude. He's actually pretty decent at what he does with the pencil, and he kind of gives us information and teaches us stuff. That'd be pretty awesome. Recommendations go a long way if you appreciate them. And I appreciate them, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in today and watching me do what I do with the pencil this time today. Traditionally, I didn't go live digitally, but hopefully you guys enjoyed with this, and you come back for more. Like I said, next week it's only Tuesday that I'll be broadcasting. But hit me up, let me know, hit up the chat room, leave a comment, say, hey, next week you try. I dare you to take on this character, and I'll see what I could do.